Dre
What's up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. Today's topic, let's talk scams. Let's talk about scams here today. I get athletes who come to me, since I used to play ball and I played overseas, I went to a lot of exposure camps to get my career started. So a lot of athletes will ask me questions about basketball exposure camps. And every now and then, more often than not, an athlete will ask me about a camp and they'll say, well, I'm looking at this camp and this camp, or I'm trying to decide on a camp. Can you recommend one, or can you give me your opinion on this one? Because I want to make sure that the camp that I go to is not a scam. This is what players say. This is the exact phrasing that they use. I want to make sure that I don't go to a camp that's a scam. But people throw this word around a lot of different ways, so I don't always know what people mean. So when people use those kind of adjectives, I ask them, well, what's your definition of a scam? Tell me what that means. Or somebody will say, well, I want to go to a camp and I want to make sure it's legit. And I say, well, what do you mean by legit? And they'll say, well, by legit, I mean not a scam. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by a scam? And they can't really answer the question. So I went and looked up the definition of the word scam. It means a dishonest scheme. It means some scheme that's not being completely honest about what's going on, about your real opportunity for success, but they lure you into it anyway. Then you end up getting nothing and you're like, damn, they tricked me. That's a scam. So if we really looked at things that way, everything could be a scam. Like, let me give you an example, and I'll just lay these out in my points. Point number one is this. What if I told you that I want you to invest 10 years of your life, 20 years, 15 years of your life of time, energy, because you're gonna have to do some work, you're gonna have to do put some effort into it, your attention, your focus, you're gonna put some money into it, thousands of dollars into it. All of that you got to put in. That's all your investment that you put in. Now at the end of that 10 years, 15, 20 years, there's a 1% chance that you make any money back from your experience. 1%. Would you call that a scam? Is that dishonest? Is it a real opportunity? Would you call that legit? Most people, if I just laid out that information, most people would say, no, that's not legit, Dre. That's a scam. That's like, how you only got a 1% chance? How you gonna put all that time, all that effort and money in, and thousands of dollars in, years of your time, decade of your time, all that effort, energy, all the opportunity costs that you missed out on, everything that you didn't do because you were doing this one thing, and it's only a 1% chance of success? Why would any dummy even do that? Well, that's what we call professional basketball. You got a 1% chance of making money at professional basketball. 99 out of 100 players ain't gonna make nothing, no money, ever in their lives from basketball. But you gotta put 10 plus years in, working out, practicing all the time, all that time and effort and energy. You gotta put some money in. How much money have you spent on basketball sneakers, gear, accessories, the arm sleeves, the pads, the trainers, the gym memberships? How much money have you put into it? And there's a 1% chance you're going to make any of that money back. Forget basketball. Let's talk about the American educational system. You go to college, you know how much college costs these days? It costs a lot. Google it. It costs a lot. Any of you who are parents out there, you already think about it. Your kid can be 3 years old. You already think about, how the hell am I going to pay for this? College costs a lot of money. And you know what? How long it takes? How long does it take for the average person to actually start paying back and get to zero what they borrowed to go to college? It takes a long time. And that's a whole deeper conversation. But what's the chances in, let's say, 5 years out of college? You put 4 years into college. Let's say within 5 years you make your money back. Very small. From what you paid to what you make back once you get into the workforce is maybe 1%. Is that a scam? If I just laid it out without telling you what I was talking about, you would say it's a scam. But how many people going to college? Everybody. And then they rationalize it and justify it. But the raw truth is, there's a 1% chance you're going to make that money back at least within the first 5 years. In basketball, there's a 1% chance you make that money back, period. You can take as long as you want. You ain't making that money back. Is it a scam? Point number two. You ever dealt with a person who told you they were going to do something, they were going to be on time, they were going to show up, they were going to be faithful, they were going to follow through on their word, and then they didn't do it, but they're still your friend? You still hang with them? You just know, all right, I know if they say that, I can't really listen to that person. I know I can't really believe it. They just talking. I'm just let it go. I'm going to love them anyway. Is that person a scam? You hanging out with people who are scams because they told you they were going to do something, they didn't do it? I know all y'all got friends who talk like that and then don't do the shit that they said they was going to do. Are they a scam? Point number three, Forget about other people. Let's talk about you. How many things have you told yourself you were going to do? How many times you tell yourself, I'm going to change now? How many times you tell yourself, I'm not going to do this anymore because every time I do it, it doesn't turn out right. And then you find yourself doing the same thing again. Hanging with the same person again. Following those same bad habits again. Falling into those same routines that ain't helping you out again. How many times has that happened to you? Are you a scam? Is your whole life a scam? Is your mind a scam? Because again, by the definition of scam is being dishonest. You say you're going to do something, then you don't do it. It's a scam. You say, you're going to try to play ball. You're going to put 10 years into it, a couple $1,000s into it, all your time into it. You might not even make the college team, let alone a pro team. Is it a scam? See, by this definition, when people throw around this word scam, usually they mean something that's like, you got to put a whole bunch in, but there's a very low opportunity, a very low chance, probability that you're going to get something back. Well, listen, a lot of people spend their whole lives doing that. They put a whole lot of time, effort, energy into a bunch of bullshit and get nothing back, knowing that they don't get nothing back from it. They never really analyze it that way, but they know they ain't getting nothing back. They do it anyway. And then they like, damn, where'd the time go? Where'd the energy go? Where'd my money go? Where'd my life go? I put all this time in the ball and I ain't going to even make the team. Is it a scam? Are you a scam? Are your friends a scam? How often, forget about ball, forget about your friend, how often are you scamming yourself? That's what I want to leave you with on this video right here. How often have you told yourself you were going to do something, change something, do things differently, and you just didn't do it? Knowing that you said you were going to do it. It's not like you forgot. You just didn't do it. You just lied to yourself. You fronted on yourself. How many times have you scammed you? Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. My book, Work on Your Game, using the pro athlete mindset to dominate in business, sports, and life, is available now where all books are sold, physical, digital, and of course the audiobook, 100% done by me. You have learned from these philosophies, the mental game, business, sports, life, anything you do, this is the book for you. Go get it now and work on your game. Dre all day.